first. Hello, everyone. Thank you once again for joining the Heroes webinar. Today is Sunday, the 10th of August, 2025, and this is Comfort speaking to you all the way from the United Kingdom. So today we are discussing another interesting topic, resilience and the heart to deliver. And we invite everybody joining this, whether as live or you're watching us later on or a couple of years later, it is still relevant because we share an interesting opportunity that is, it has room for anyone and everyone at all. So if you're online now just searching, it means that thing you're looking for, we definitely have it, and we can assure you it's in the pipeline. It will meet you wherever you are, as long as you keep watching this space. So thank you once again, and I would like to give the opportunity to our best friend and brother, Mike Ellis. The topic says, resilience and the heart to deliver. Welcome, Mike.
Yeah, no, thanks, Comfort, and I'll kind of be on topic, but there's a lot of things happening right now, and what I'll be talking about is kind of delivering. You know, Mr. Mufareh has built a very, very large company, and I want to start by focusing on you and the drama that takes place in a very, very large company. And the drama will always be there. There will always be drama. There will always be things happening. But the important part for right now is really to keep your eyes on the prize. The drama doesn't matter. The drama will go away. But what's coming is something that is extraordinary that'll change your life. And really, that's what this is all about. I had the pleasure this weekend to spend time with Dan Street and Chris Johnson. And both of those gentlemen, they are plugged in. Believe me, they are plugged in. And the excitement level is high. Now, what does that mean to you? Mr. Mufareh, the pace that he's moving at right now, it's really, really fast, and things are just going to start coming at us very, very quickly. And what does that mean to you? Well, there are things you need to do, and you really do need to focus on yourself. You need to focus on your business, because that's what we're all coming into. We're coming into a business. And Mr. Mufareh, again, he's going to be sharing great many things with us very, very quickly now. And really what I do, and I would recommend that everybody does this. You look at your business, you look at your vision, you look at where you want to be, and then you start to put a list together of what the platform is going to look like for you and what you need to be successful. And we've talked about marketing for 6.5 years now. We've thrown a lot of things out there, and I'm sure everybody here that's listening, you have things that you want to see so that when you look at it, you understand that, yeah, this is a place where I need to be. This is a place where I can succeed because of all the things that Mr. Mufareh is putting together. And I would recommend that everybody out there start putting that list together of what your platform looks like, because it's going to be your platform. It's not Mr. Mufareh's, it's not mine, it's not Andy's, it's not Gina, it's none of our it's your platform. And you need to have an understanding of what you need to come online, be successful, and generate an income. And more, much more than that. But it's important for you to understand what you need to do that. Now, as you write this list down, and I don't expect anybody to do this in an hour. This takes some thought. If you haven't thought about it, start thinking about it, because it's gonna be pertinent to everything you do. But as you start to think about it, start putting those things down that you think are necessary for you, not for me, not for anybody else here, not Comfort, nobody, just you. And then as Mr. Mufareh comes out, I'm pretty sure he's gonna hit every point you put on there, whatever it is. I just know what Mr. Mufareh is doing and how extensive what he's doing is for each and every one of us. But I would put your list down And yeah, there are going to be holes in those lists as Mr. Mufareh goes by. And as he comes out and he starts sharing these things with us, you're going to go, oh yeah, I forgot that one. And I forgot that one. And I forgot that one. And there's probably going to be more that you forgot that Mr. Mufareh is going to be filling in those blanks. When I talk about Dan and Chris, I can't stress the excitement that they have right now. I can't express how high that excitement level is. And, you know, both of these individuals have been tied in for 5, 6 years, Dan 6.5 years, and they understand what's happening. There's a lot of that conversation I can't go into because we're going to leave Mr. Mufareh to come out and tell us a lot of that stuff. But I can tell you, nobody here, whether you're on the panel, whether you're listening, you're not going to be disappointed. I can tell you everything has changed. When we look at the old model, which is OnPassive, guys, that's gone. It is gone. And that's why when you're kind of in the middle of it and you're looking at the drama, it's irrelevant. It's absolutely irrelevant. None of that is there. And it's really, really amazing when you talk to Mr. Mufareh. Doesn't affect him one iota, guys, one iota. And the individuals that get caught up in that doesn't really even matter because we know, I think all of us here know that something very, very special is coming. And nobody here is going to be disappointed. And the individuals that may be on the outside, for whatever reason, when they see the actual progress and the actual launch and everything starting to happen, it's going to take them about 5 minutes to go, oh, I'm in here, guys. And they're going to be flabbergasted. And that's why when I talk about look at your business, start looking at what you need to be successful in your business. You want to be ready when this comes out. You absolutely want to be ready. And Mr. Mufareh's pace is becoming quicker and quicker and quicker. And what does that mean? Well, today's Sunday. We got a week, Sunday to Sunday. Think something's going to happen? You guys can shake your head. Yeah. At least I think something's going to happen. and Mr. Mufareh, and I don't know what's going to happen, guys, but he did the survey the other day. I'm pretty sure he's going to come out and talk about that survey because it was a really, really big deal. He got a feel for everybody in the company that would come on and do the survey. He got a lot of information from that survey, and that information helped his corporate group as they're moving forward. So yeah, I think every week moving forward, it's just going to be a really, really cool time for everybody. And the information that's going to be coming out, just hold on to your hat, do your list. And then as Mr. Mufareh comes out and adds things to it, put it down there. And then once you have that list, you're pretty sure this is what you need to be successful online. Now understand how all of these things fit together. This is your job. This is what you need to do. How all of these things fit together, how they're all incorporated to give you the ability to come online and develop an income. That's why we're here. Now, we're here for a lot of other reasons, but initially, that's why we're here. And I think you're going to be able to do that. This is not hard. Mr. Mufareh told us his grandmother can do that, can do what we're going to be doing. So it's not hard, but you have to figure out how all these things go together. And you're going to have a lot of help from everybody here that's on the panel. I mean, you just will. This is going to be a no-brainer for everybody. But you need to have you have to have the understanding, how is this going to fit together for me? How am I going to come online? And how am I going to develop that income? All of that is coming, period. All of it. Not some of it, all of it. And that's why the excitement level for Dan and and this weekend, guys, was absolutely crazy. Chris Johnson is absolute nut. He will get you bouncing off the walls along with Dan Street, and of course Dan's wife and his son were there, and it was just a really, really good time. Lila and Nick were there. It was a really, really good time, and of course, Dan and Lila and Nick, they're perfect hosts. We didn't leave hungry, and we didn't have any questions when we left, so it was a good time. I'll turn it back over to Comfort, and we can kind of go from there, and I'll go wherever you guys want to go.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks so much, Mike. And guys, I'll just start with a disclaimer here. If Mike says Sunday to Sunday, something might happen and stuff, we know that what we are waiting for is like a pregnant woman. When we're at the 9th month, we expect that the baby can come at any time. Mike did not say that something's happening tomorrow or next Sunday. He's just saying what anybody else thinks, because we all are expecting. So do not take it anywhere further than this. And of course, Mike, I appreciate you for everything you said and the emphasis on keeping one's eyes on the prize, and of course, making a list, focusing on your own self and your business, because on this platform, we believe that even though Ash has this toolbox, which has every tool that will help you succeed, some people might still hold it in their hands, and if they don't get it right, they will still fail holding success in their hands. So work your brains, ask yourself, what do I want to do? How? And what exactly do I need? Because Ash has it all. That's what I understood from what Mike said. Thank you, Mark. And let's hear from Jean. Welcome, sis.
Well, thank you, Comfort. Thank you, Mike. You got us all fired up and going. Oh my gosh. And you're so mischievous with your, well, I can't tell you everything, but just gets us going. Oh my goodness. When I saw this topic, well, first of all, I love the poster because it had the topic resilience and the heart to deliver. And in the lower right corner, it has this woman's eyes, fierce like a warrior. And I just was so inspired by that. And it made me think of, well, with resilience in general, I think of marathon runners, people that are going the distance and having to endure and encounter all sorts of things. And it also made me think of, in ancient times, those messenger runners that delivered messages over long distances and stuff like that. And these runners had to, they went through muscle fatigue. They in hard terrain, any kind of things might be attacking them, dehydration, all sorts of things. And if in the case of a marathon runner, you have people along the way, you have this route, and you have encouragers along the way, but you also have maybe some hecklers, if it's, because somebody wants to win that race, right? So one of the things with the ancient runners is that they're delivering a message. And so I thought about, what message are we delivering? And it's that business can be done in an ethical and loving way and succeed massively. And that's the thing that a lot of the world doesn't believe. They think you have to be dog eat dog, and and it's the survival of the fittest, and lowest lowest output for maximum return, and all of these things. And we're trying to show a different way. So that's kind of like the message that we carry as these marathon runners going through this terrain that we're in order to reach that finish line. And I thought about what Red was talking about today, which was a bunch of different things, including proactivity and risk mitigation. So I thought, okay, so here we are, these marathon runners, these messenger runners, delivering this message to the world. We want to train, we want to stay hydrated, we want to stay nourished, we want to stay away from the edges, right? If you're in a marathon and you're trying to get to the goal, you don't want to be near the edges where someone might trip you up or discourage you or anything like that. You want to stay in that center, focused on your end goal so that you can get there. And in this kind of a race, it's not about finishing first or being that first one over the finish line. It's about finishing, period, and then finishing well, and then delivering your message and delivering it with heart, and then thanking all the people that helped you get over that finish line. So it's like all of this progression of things, but really we are those marathon runners, we are those messenger deliverers, that are bringing something super important out to the world. And we have to, do all those things, the risk mitigation. You make sure you're physically well, mentally well, emotionally well, and strong enough to be a steward of what Mike Ellis is saying, which is massive success beyond our comprehension. That's intimidating to a lot of people, to know our lives are going to completely change, potentially rapidly. And are we ready? Are we prepared to be good stewards and be, people that Ash can be proud of and be glad he brought us on this journey. He's really hoping that we're going to do the right thing when we make it across that finish line. And so I just, resilience and the heart to deliver. You talk about Ash's heart, and he's just transferred that to us. And that's what we're doing. We're delivering this incredible message, and then we're going to lift everybody along the way. So that's why I wanted to share, Comfort. Thank you so much for having me today.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks, Jean. Shout out to Peter Rogers for the graphic. Jean, I'm happy you picked on the eyes, the determining eyes, because I saw that too. I was like, yes, I love that look, so I'm happy you picked on it. And of course, I like the analogy of finishing first versus finishing well. And there are two different people here, right? The person who is finishing first is in competition, and they're focused on making profit and making much money and stuff, versus the other person, our CEO, Mr. Mufareh, whom we already know. He's all about ethics, he's all about value, and he's all about love, and of course, to uplift humanity. So the difference is clear. We're not comparing with anybody. We're just driving home and driving safely so that everybody's happy. Thank you, Jean. Let's hear from our brother, Andy Burks. Welcome, bro.
Hi guys, hi everyone. This is one of the keys, I think, to this ongoing resilience. The fact that pretty much every company that you come across today is in it for that, plain and simple, just in it for the money. And it shows when you have companies that are at the top of the tree. Companies like Nestle, and I'll give you a good example. Water is supposed to be free, but they decide that they can bottle or use a lake and then sell it. And this lake was in India, where they used the water previously for irrigation. Now it's taken out of the lake, cleaned, and sold back to the locals. Well, there's no ethics in that. There's no correctness. It's just purely down to the cash and the requirements of the cash. And I've got shareholders and they must be pleased, constantly with this flow of money. Ash has created a different system, and I love the fact that this is a different system. This is one that has a heart for humanity, whereby we're not interested in the shareholders. We're not there for them. We're there to bring out product that is value for money, is going to be used by millions and millions of customers over time, because they'll simply see the difference. The fact that, these products are superior. The fact that they're value for money. And once you've got a customer on board, the likelihood of him ever leaving is going to be slim. So as other products come out, the customer may look at the new ones. So this resilience that Ash has had, knowing that he wants to make sure that things go right and are no longer, the system needs to change. So no longer have these greed driven companies, because let's face it, that's what they are. Instead, have a company that provides value for money, provides products that are second to none, and above market value, and are going to be used by millions and millions of people. So this resilience to keep going when 99.9% of people would have given up because of what's gone on in the background and because of what's gone on over the course of the last few years, most individuals, 99.9% certainly, would have said, do you know what, throwing in the towel. I'm out, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Whereas our CEO has said, do you know what, I'm on a mission. I have to bring this forward because I have to see the changes. I want to see the changes. This is my mission to bring this thing forward. And that, to me, is a CEO well worth following. So thank you, Comfort. Back to you.
Wow, that was just another powerful one there. Angie, listening to you just brought me back to what my Mike said earlier on, that people should focus on doing what they need to do. I think there are no two ways of doing it. Just listening to what these great speakers here are saying gives you a clue on what you need to get prepared on. So much education here. Thank you so much. And let's hear from Collins, please. Welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Comfort. Oh, I listened to Mike Ellis. You just blow my mind. You know, Jean, that was great. Andy, really, sometimes it's good to listen from every angle, but I want to take it to a different place just to look at the topic, resilience and hard to deliver. You know, going back to time, what has happened and coming back. And I was just thinking to myself, I said, no matter the obstacle, Ms. Ash Mufareh has the audacity to still push through. Not just to finish, Jane talk about finish, but to deliver with meaning. Ash wants to deliver with meaning, not only to finish, but he wants to deliver with meaning. There is a meaning and there is a reason why Ash is doing this. He wants to fulfill his mission and vision. Last time we talked about mission and vision. And every time when I go back, talking even to you, Comfort, Oliver, Vincent, we've been talking about this a lot, thinking about it. We said, what if God would have opened Ash's heart to see all of the troubles? Would he, go about to do what he wants to do? To say, all right, I want to do it. I don't care about all these obstacles. Would Ash choose to go through that? After we celebrate, everything just shut down. Things happen. And he was just looking at it. When you read at the back of it, it was just like a movie in front of his eyes. Just imagine from the time Ash has this mission and vision, we talk about the voice to the vision to voice. Somebody came along and God just said, you know what, Ash, this is what you will go through. You will lose this amount of money and all of this. Would Ash, choose to do it or say, no, I will not do it? I'm not ready to go through this pain. That's what always comes in my mind. And I said, Mr. Ash Mufareh, if you look at it, he has the passion and integrity, commitment to see things through, making sure promises are kept, not just when it is easy, but when it is still difficult for him. He wants to keep his promise. What is the promise? It is the mission and vision. Some people think about money. No, the mission is what? The vision is about building a platform. We are talking about products and services. That is his mission. And what is his vision? For people to come like myself, participate, make sure I fill my pocket, and then I can take the rest to help humanity. It was about humanity, not only to fill my pocket, but it goes beyond money. It talks about education. It talks about personal growth, personal development. It talks about financial success so that you are able to help humanity. So it is about everything. That is his mission. But I always reverse again and ask myself, what if Ash knew about this? Today I went to church and the father preached something and I was blown away. I was thinking about our business. He talked about, today was about hope and faith. He said it was because of what? The Bible said faith that took Abraham to a land that he didn't even know. The land, because sometimes faith, we always talk about faith. Oh, I have faith. No, faith comes with persecution. It's not only about gain. Wow, if I believe things will happen positive. No, it comes with positivity and negativity. There are times that most of the time, negative thing will happen to you. But the faith is bigger than, because people will see that Jean Aliva, Comfort, Mike Ellis died for something that is true. You might not have that gain, but people will see that faith, that this woman believed and things happen. People will benefit from the faith that you have. All the apostles, their head were chopped off and died in a way. But what happened today? We can proclaim the gospel because of their faith. They believe in something that they don't even know it will happen. They know that there is something that exists that surpasses their own being. And that's how Ash believed. When he has that call, he believed that I can do something, I can change at least the world in my own little way. And that's the faith and hope that is driving this man, no matter the loss, no matter the obstacle, what is even happening to him, he is still moving on. He's still driving on because he wants to deliver, and he stands by his word. He said, I want to leave this world in a better place than I came into it. He wants to leave the world in that particular place. He met the world from the day he was born in a chaotic place. What can I change from my own experience? All of us also are called to do that. Nobody can say, oh, I just got up and I got it easily. Peter Roger is a businessman. Peter Roger cannot say every day is easy for me. There are times that Peter Roger will tell you it was difficult. Even I'm praying that I want to shut this shop. Every day is difficult. But if you stand by your faith and your commitment and believe resilience, you'll be able to achieve it. And that's exactly what Mr. Ashfara is putting before us. He wants to fulfill his dream so we can use that platform to fulfill our own dream. That is the faith. And the resilience is about standing tall of what you believe in. No matter the obstacle, no matter the stones, no matter those who will come and they fall apart, he is still moving on because he wants to deliver something great for mankind. Comfort, I'll leave it there. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Collins. Yeah, when you were talking about faith, I'm just thinking that because right now I love the stage where we are now. It's just blind. We're trusting. We don't know, because that's where you finally define faith. The substance of or the evidence of things hoped for and stuff like that. Because at this point there are people who are like, I'm done because there's nothing to show off for. The couple of years ago, we used to have an opportunity for us to let us have a sneak peek into where they are, what they are doing and stuff. But right now, he just tells us, we are working on it. Stay there, wait for us. So it's all about faith this time around. And I think that that's what will take us there, and because that is what Ash is working on as well. So I really do agree with you on that. So let's hear from our sister, Marie Pendi. Welcome, sis.
Hi, good afternoon, good morning, and good evening, wherever you are. Everybody has said everything. Everybody has talked about the key points, the key words, the characteristics of what the phenomenon is that we are in. We've heard about Ash and his vision and his mission. I believe he was chosen for this task. It's not just anybody who can take on a task like he has been doing for the past 7 years or maybe more. We just knew about it from when we joined, like 5, 6, and 6.5 years ago. He is a divine person in my belief, because I don't know if I can't. Everybody should think about whether they can. For him to be able to take this task, he had this vision, and he had a goal, and he's on a mission. In order to continue this task, all this while, he has to have some great characteristics, which everyone has listed some of it in this webinar. Like the power of being focused and not be derailed by distractions around you. He has that. He has stamina for all the upheavals, all the, difficulties, he still has that stamina and he continues to move on. And he's continuing to encourage us to learn from him. He has this commitment. Regardless of what happens, he's committed to deliver his goal. We've seen that all along. He is very determined. Nothing is going to distract him. And we've seen that in Mufareh. He's very persistent. When he goes through difficulties, he persists. He persists and continues. They knock him down, he wakes up and continue with a different momentum. We've seen it. He's so persistent. He's able to endure difficulties and adversity in this journey. We have all seen that, and we are continuing to see what he's doing. So he continues to have all these characteristics, and he's empowering us to follow his lead, encourage ourselves and others, distribute the qualities that we've learned from him amongst ourselves and amongst others. Be positive, love one another, encourage one another, because that's his goal. His goal is to uplift humanity, and he's going to use us. He's going to ask us, we are in the company, he can't be in hundreds and thousands of places. He's relying on us to carry the mission that he's taught us from the beginning, so we can spread it. And our thought process, our action has to be aligned with all these qualities that he has taught us for the past 7 years. And if you cannot be in alignment with this, something is going to happen and you're going to fall off. Thank you. Back to you.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much. So much is being said here. I like the emphasis on commitment. I think almost everybody talked about that, the determination and the resistance, and above all, he's empowering us as well. So who fails putting all of this together and trusting God? So it's actually a mission, a divine mission, and it cannot fail. Unfortunately, it is unstoppable. We will only get there because that is what it's meant to be. So thank you so much for the contribution, sis. And Peter Rogers, let's hear your take, please, on the topic.
Hi. I can't really add anything more to what everybody else has really said, to be honest. Resilience. It's like, in any part of life, you have to have that to survive and to be successful. I'll give you an example, like Gina Lee was saying about the runner. I mean, people know I'm into my martial arts, and I started martial arts when I was 19, and the end goal for me was to achieve a black belt, and that's what everybody gets involved in martial arts. They understand it. That's what they want to go. They want to see that black belt around their waist, and that's what they want to achieve. But there's a journey to that black belt, and it's from 0 to 4 years, and that journey is a really tough journey. It's not something. If you're a true black belt, you work at getting that belt, and you earn that grade. That journey of getting that black belt is different grades. You've got different color belts. Each of those grades is hard work, literally hard work, and you can fail the grading. Like, refer it to the business that we've seen with Ash. He's been on that journey. He's resilient. He's carried on. He's got to a certain achievement, and then all of a sudden, it's fall flat. But he's picked himself up and he's gone forward again. It's the same with what I've been with what I do. I failed at quite a few of my gradings. I'm pretty good. I've been around martial arts for quite a few years, but I've traveled that journey, and I've had really tough times. And it's like with Collins was saying about my business, my shop. You know, I've had to have resilience in that business because it's just a difficult thing. You know, when you're running a business, you have knockbacks, but you've got to have that resilience to carry on and look at the future to see what the end goal is going to be. This is the same with Ash with his vision. Okay, he's looking forward to the end goal, and he's had that resilience to carry on. He's had knockbacks like everything. Going back to the martial arts, you know, I've achieved the black belt level, but you know, it's in a way to achieve the black belt level, it's quite a selfish thing because it's something that you personally want to achieve. You've learned, but then when you get to that black belt level at the end, you want to share your knowledge with other people. Like Ash wants us to go and share the business. You know, he wants us to, if obviously if we become this financially free, have all this income, he wants us to go and share the income for humanity. You know, I'm trying to sort of put it together really, like with when you get to the black belt level, you know, when you reach that sort of standard, you want to have your own club. You want to share your knowledge. You want to help people then to get what they want to achieve. So it's going out then to help them. That's what I'm trying to put across. And so, you know, life is about going out and helping people, and being in business is about going out and achieving what you want, but obviously going out and to achieve what other people want as well. Exactly what Ash's vision is. He's had a long journey. You know, he put something fantastic together in the beginning. You know, he's had roadblocks. We've seen it. We all know about the history of it. Okay, and he's had to start again. And you know, that's resilience. That's carrying on. You know, it's like the Olympic torch. You have the Olympic torch, and each country every year, you know, they pass it. They run. The runners, they run with the torch. They pass it on. You know, they pass it to the next success. And that's what Ash is doing. He's going to pass the baton on to us, and we're going to be running, and we're obviously going to make the success of what Ash is going to provide for us. And going back to what Mike was saying earlier on about being ready. What does he mean by being ready? Okay, you need to be ready. You need to be prepared. You need to keep your eyes on the OES. Okay, things are going to be coming out that we need to do. You know, this business is going to be something you're going to have to work a little bit, I'm afraid, to achieve, get the goal that we all want. And, you know, so you've got to look at the OES. You've got to see what's coming. You've got to learn. And, you know, there's going to be so much things there that Ash is going to provide for us. But we've got to be prepared ourselves to take it on board and move the baton basically and go forward. So, you know, resilience is, you have to have it in life. You have to be successful. You've got to have that within you, and you've got to be passionate about what you want to do. That's what Ash is. He's passionate, and he wants to share what he's sharing. And you know, and the end game is going to be beneficial for us as obviously involved in the business, but for the humanity as well for later on. And you know, I hope I've put it across the best I can. But I think resilience is a big part of being successful, and that's it. Keep it on, keeping on. Forget the old, move on to the new. So back to you.
Oh my God, that was over delivery there, Pete. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wow. So what I'll do, guys, panel members, I really plead with you. The rest of the people who have not spoken yet, they are team members. So we are organizers of the webinar. If you let me, I would like to go back to Mike, who spoke first. Mike, so much has been said, and everybody keeps going back to what you said earlier on. So if you have a comment, I'd like to give you the chance to say something again, please.
Yeah, I do, Comfort. To start with, when I tell you, I can't tell you what Dan and Chris and I talked about. It's not because Mr. Mufareh told us anything. That's not it at all. And I want to talk about marketing a little bit. You know, when we get together, we've been doing this a very, very long time, and we talk about niches, we talk about markets, we talk about traffic, we talk the numbers, we talk about what's going to be coming in. And because of our experience, the numbers we talk about, you just can't talk about them in public right now because they're just astounding. And I know the OTech pros know exactly what I'm talking about. So when I say I can't tell you stuff, it's private consumption. It's conversations between Chris and Dan and I. Do I believe they're relevant? Oh yeah, I believe they're relevant. But you all are going to see that soon enough. Marketing, Mr. Mufareh is the master marketer, period. And what a lot of people don't think about is that, yeah, Mr. Mufareh, he's going to come out with products that are superior, tremendous technology, best of the best, but it doesn't stop there. Just because you build a better mousetrap doesn't mean you can sell that mousetrap. There's so much more involved with being able to take a really, really good product to market and sell it. Now, here's what's key. Here's why you need to understand your business. Mr. Mufareh understands that. He understands that the majority of the people here, he could give them the best product that was ever developed in the world. You would not be able to sell it, period. And it's not because of who you are, your knowledge, your skill set, any of that. It's a very, very difficult thing to do. And Mr. Mufareh knows how to do that. That's why you're coming in. That's why you want to know what Mr. Mufareh is doing. That's why you want to take this thing and run for all it's worth, because of all the things that Dan and Chris and I can't talk about right now, but we will. Believe me, we will in time. It's because of the platform that Mr. Mufareh is putting together and the marketing that's involved with that gives you the advantage, and a tremendous advantage, to be able to come online, do the things you need to do, and develop that income. Yes, there are way, way more important things than just the income you're going to be developing, but it is going to be coming, and then you're going to be able to do those other things. Also, when we talk about timing, how long is this going to take? Right? Some people it might take 6 months. Some people it might take a month. Some people it might take 5 years. But if you get to that place where you're financially independent, where you have that liberty and freedom, who cares? 5 years is nothing. 5 years to me is nothing. And I'm a pretty old guy. I cherish every day right now. But 5 years, if it took me 5 years to get to where I want to be and not have to worry about income, not have to worry about those financial pressures we have, and know, because of the longevity that Mr. Mufareh is putting into the system, it's going to be there from that 5-year period on. I'm in, baby. I'm in all the way. So when you start thinking about what it's going to take for you, it's not, Gene's right, it's not going to take that long. It's going to be rapid, but rapid could be 5 years. Now, I don't think it's going to take that long for anybody, but if it does, I'm in. I mean, that is such a short period of time in a lifespan to truly find liberty and freedom and that independence that we're all looking for. So when you start to think about everything that everyone is saying, Mr. Mufareh, he's got this thing down. He just knows how to do that. And I think it's just innate. I just think he's a weird dog. He was born this way. And I'm glad he was, because I wasn't. It takes me a big old learning curve to learn half of what he's learned. But I'm glad I'm here. I think everybody here is going to be happy they're here. And get ready. And again, when I say, Sunday to Sunday, I don't know if Mr. Mufareh is going to have anything this week. I don't know that. But you have to look at what he's done in the past. Stuff has been coming out just about every single week. And if you're not looking in that back office and keeping track of that, so you can take advantage of everything Mr. Mufareh is doing, you're basically wasting time, because the time it takes you to catch up to Mr. Mufareh, you could have already been there. Keep an eye on what he's doing. Sunday to Sunday, I think it's good for me, but it might not happen this week. Maybe it's next week. I don't know, but he will come out and he's going to start sharing stuff with us that are pertinent to you. That's it, Comfort. I probably went too long there, but you guys are saying so much, and there's so many different roads we can go down, and I'll love to go down all of them. Go ahead, Comfort.
No, that was just powerful. That was powerful. Yeah. So, Jean, you seem to be very excited. Do you want to say something, or do you want me to pass in there? You have a choice there. So.
I get excited every time I hear these guys talk.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, actually, Mike alluded to the one word that I wanted to leave people with, and when he was saying that Ash is a unique person, he's not your average guy, and it's something that Colin said, which is he has audacity, and I think that just sums it. He has the you know what's to take this mission and vision and see it through, and he has, by keeping us on this journey with him, he has like fostered that audacity in each of us. We are going to audaciously go out into our lives, our worlds, our high school friends, our neighborhoods, our this, our that, and we are going to be audacious, and we are going to shock the world with the steps that we take to bring this vision about. They're going to be jaw dropped when they see it. And I think audacity just summed it up for me. So thank you, Mike. Thank you, Collins, for that inspiration. And thank you for having me today. This has been wonderful.
Yeah. Hey,
thank
Gene,
you.
I just want to thank you for cleaning that up for me. You said it much better than I could.
Oh, I did not. It was awesome. It was awesome. Thank you.
Indeed. Thank you. I'm very excited. So, Vincent, I saw you nodding and clapping and just smiling from molar to molar. So, just say what you want to say now. I know Mike
Okay.
has driven you crazy.
Yeah. Thank you, Sister Comfort. Thank you to all the speakers. Yeah, they were really making me excited because of what they are saying were really good words and all was true. So thanks to all for everything they said today. So resilience and the heart of to deliver. So I'm not going to be long. After listening to Mark, Gina, Liva, Collins, and Peter and Andy, I don't have Sister Maripendi, I don't have enough to say. So they said everything already. So everything is there. So only thing I will add a bit, not much, is resiliency. Resilience is needed in business today, and also is needed more than ever at individual level, organizational level, even in our systematic level. So this is what Mr. Ash is doing really. So that's the resilience that he uses to come across that the issue that we have. So something that unusual, unexpected disruptions that we have. So use the resilience to come across to survive about this business. So this is what we call also resilience, because it's not just about minimizing or maybe minimizing the crisis, or maybe let's say identifying the improvement, the issue. No, it's not only that. It's also for both personally and professionally. Because if you don't have that, I think you can't move forward. Because for any organization, that's what Mr. Ash Mufareh did. He has that resilience personally and also professionally. So we need to both come together to get to what he went to, and then what he's doing today. So it's also a key not to maintain, because after identify or maybe minimizing the crisis, you also need a key to maintain what you have done, and also the improvement of the innovation, because what he's doing also is an innovation. So you need improvement to do all this, maintaining all this, the performance of all this. So this is also the key. Resilience is the key for him, to allow him to get that, the ability for him to do all this. So this is that what he's doing. It's also a key to deliver the favor transformation, because without the resilience, he wouldn't get the power or maybe the knowledge to deliver what is coming, the future that is want for us, what he want us to be able to meet, the challenge that he want to go ahead. So this is what we call it resilience. So without that, he wouldn't be able to do that. So this is what I would say resilience is important for Mr. Ash. So that resilience that make him to get to the point that we are today, and then what make him also the power to walk ahead and then to do what he's trying to do. So every time he come out, we see that the resilience in him, it make him, give him the strong power to move ahead and also make the business to go forward. So I'll leave it there, Sister Comfort.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much, Brother Vincent. And without any waste of time, let me just hand it over to Brother Oliver. Welcome, bro. A quick comment.
Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. Hope everybody's doing well. Thank you very much, Mike, Jean, Aliva, Marie, Pendy, and all the invitees let me just call only the invitees who are here. Yeah, what a wonderful topic. The topic was resilient and the hard to deliver. When I look at that word, like everybody here has said, when I look at that word resilient, resilient is the ability or the capacity to withstand a quick recovery from challenges. This is a typical example of who Mr. Ash is, our CEO, the CEO of this company. Because when you look at all the challenges that we got, we went to the market September 1st, 2 years ago, or 2 years plus. Within 2 years today, he is coming back with a powerful force. And he delivered, and he's going to deliver. For me, he has already delivered. For me, he has already delivered. But the question I'm asking now is between us, stakeholders, the founders, or affiliate, or whatever name we want to call ourselves. Are you ready to deliver? What are your plans? What are your goals? Ash has done all the heavy lifting. Yes, we'll also, when are we going? When are we going? But have you asked yourself also, how are you going to deliver? Do you have a scale of preference? I will start with this, number 1, number 2, number 3. How? Because don't only say when Ash, this, Ash, that. Ask your own self, how are you going to deliver? And when are you going to deliver? When things start winding on. That is the question we should be asking ourselves. Ash came back powerfully. For me, I'm not talking in past tense. I'm talking now in future tense. I'm speaking in future tense because it has already happened. Jean just said something about the audacity. Collins also talked about the audacity. Ash told us, I think it's O News 6 or O News 5, we are committed to achieving a grand, audacious dream. That is the audacity that Ash took to talk to us. So why should we be thinking about the past? We should be talking about now, the future, because he has already delivered. So how are you going to deliver? And when things comes out for you to deliver? That is the question we should be asking ourselves. Not only that, with that capacity and the ability that he took to recover things back, despite all what has happened, we saw it in O News 1, 2, 3. He outlined all the challenges, and he got that ability to turn the company around and to bounce back. Now we are ready to get to the market with never before seen technology, AI embedded. The other outing, I think is the last outing that he came out, there was Q&A. He talked to us about the marketing and the traffic. Mike just said something. You can have the best product. You cannot market if you don't know how to market. I keep saying all the time, we are lucky to have somebody like Mr. Ash because he is the biggest asset that we got in this company. He is the biggest asset. He knows the technology. He knows the market, the traffic, where to drive. He has identified the locations. By now, I know that Ash must have identified the location where the traffics are going to come. And he told us his last outing, Q&A, that we got something about that we are going to AI traffic and AI marketing. Guys, why should I not be on top of the moon? Why should I not be happy? I sleep now. I do get a sound sleep because we are going to have above market value products. Not only above market value products, it is based on sales. And how will that sales come in? The sales is coming because we have a guru in marketing. And who is that guru? The CEO of this company. He understands the mentality of each human being, what they want, and how are they going to get it. That is Mr. Ash's problem. Our own problem now, that we should ask ourselves, we are going to sleep and make the money. But how and when and how are we going to spend that money? to achieve the vision, the dream, and the mission of this company, which is to impact humanity? That is the biggest question we should be asking ourselves. And we should not be distracted. Our focus now should be on Mr. Ash. He is our focus point now. Forget about anything that is out there. When he comes and talk or he put any information on the back office, we should go there, read, understand. When he talk, don't come with the notion that or the impression that you want to come and hear Mr. Ash say that tomorrow we are going to the market. He will never tell us that. I believe so. It's Oliver talking. So we should be ready. We should be focused to protect the mission and the vision and the dream of Mr. Ash Mufareh. He is nice. He is a good man to bring us in, to join him. And like I said yesterday, Andy came up with some numbers about a year ago about eradicating poverty. That would need about 45 or 46 billion. Andy, you said so. Andy went and did the math. He is the math guy. We can do it. And we will do it. Not only 1%, not only 10%. We will be able to knock that 46% to eradicate that poverty in the world. We will be able to give clean pipe water in our locality. Electricity, hunger, health centers, healthcare, education, name it. That should be the thing that we should be thinking, because I do believe that within 6 months, like Mike Ellis said, within months, within some people will take years to be able to fill the tank and to be able to start impacting the humanity, which is the vision and the mission and the dream of the company. I will leave it there. We should unify on our vision. We should unify on our vision. Thank you, Sister Comfort.
All right. Thank you so much, Brother Oliver. Always on fire, because you know we're fine. Thank you. I appreciate that. So Francine might be the last speaker today. I'll just keep the beautiful lady to be looking at us. But Francine, if you have a quick contribution you can make so that we finally round up.
Thank you, Comfort. But you know, that's not the easy time to come, because after all these speakers, it's really, we had very, very good inspiration with what everyone has said today. As of me, I think that Mr. Ash has committed himself to achieve in a very tricky period. Because if we look at the period he came up with his vision of the company, the world was going through a lot of tricky things. That was a period, a shifting period for the whole world. And during that very period, you had to be very courageous in order to dare think of putting these type of things on place. And at the same time, that was the period we realized that something was going wrong in our world. And during that period, so many people reshifted their lives, and we all witnessed it. So whenever I look at what Mr. Mufareh is doing and the way he has been guiding and diving inside his vision, the way he has been handling his mission, I am full of hope. I am full of hope, because he has never failed to acknowledge whatever was happening, and he has never failed to be consistent and to come at the forefront to communicate on that. And we made a long way, a very long way, a long road to be where we are today. I think that's what we call resilience, because he has been sharing the difficulties, the success. He has shared it with us. He lived it in his own body, with his own family. He has been sharing everything with us. And we never have to forget the sector of activities we are in. I think that is a sector where things go very fast. Allow me to call it disposable. We are in a disposable period. Everything is disposable. But Mr. Mufareh is putting himself into duration. He's seeing so far. No one has seen the whole he's seeing behind this or that. So it takes time to do that. And it takes somebody inspired with a deep vision and a deep sense of humanity to do that. Because today everybody wants money tomorrow. Just look at the application. You have one application today, we are talking about millionaire. You have one this today, and tomorrow they are changing this, they are changing that. It's the world of disposable. It's not supposed to take time. It's not supposed to last long. You use it and you trash it. In his vision, he's putting the human being in the middle of everything he does. And nothing is disposable there. It's built to last, to be remembered. And he's taking time to make it happen. Now, it's very disruptive as well, because he's not coming like, I'm smiling and I am here. No, it questions people all around. Who is this one? What, and so many questions, right? And it's very disruptive. And that company which is coming is behind somebody who is voluntarily putting himself out and saying, I do this or I do nothing because I was born to do this. We don't see people like that today. We are not used to see this type of people today. People are hiding behind walls, trying to push others before the scene. But Ash Mufareh, being a very discreet and humble man, is very courageous to take in that very sector the lead and say, I am challenging everybody. This is what I am capable of doing, and this is what I am doing because I want to put a human being at the midst of everything, in the middle of everything. That's what I see there, like resilience, his resilience is really what is making him. It's the motor that is boosting the engine, that is pushing the machine to go ahead. He's a very resilient person, and so for some of us, we have inherited from that since we are following him. So we are already delivering. Mr. Mufareh has already delivered, because if we are here, all of us, it's because of that. He has delivered. We trust him. We believe we are already on the right path. That's why I am here. I am here because he has already delivered, and because that mission, he managed to instill that mission into me. Yeah. And I know where he's going. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sis. What a powerful discussion today. I'm really happy that I was part of this, and I think I hope this goes a long way. So I'm not sure. I'll just leave this open. Is there anybody who thinks you want to say something? So much has been said. If you want to make a quick comment, I'll leave it open for anybody at all. Mike?
Did Marcianne go?
She's going to go at the very last.
Okay. Yeah, the only thing I would say, Comfort, is keep your eye on the vehicle. Our destination hasn't changed. The vehicle's changed. Destination hasn't changed. Keep an eye on the vehicle. It's coming. Be ready for it. That's it, Comfort. Go ahead.
Powerful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mike. And before I give the mic to Marcianne, there's one thing Mike said, which I'm taking home. I think I'm going to be working on this throughout the week. Mike says it's more than just taking your product to the market, but it's about being able to sell it And the good news here is that the man we have in front of us leading us is able to do it all. So whoever is watching it, take note, watch this space, and let's work this together. So I hand the mic to my sister Maxine to close the meeting for us. Thank you, sis.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for following the Hero webinar every Sunday. We come here every Sunday at same time, and I'm happy that Sister Comfort was in today. We have to thank Peter Rogers for giving us the opportunity to have this platform today. Thank you, Peter Rogers. Please do come back next Sunday at the same time. And for those that they are going to be following us online now, because this was a recording and we are going to stream it to a lot of YouTube channels. Don't forget to subscribe and share. It's for you that we are doing this, and we appreciate you if you just click a like and share it to other people. Thank you, and see you all next Sunday.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Thank you. Peace. Meeting's over.